Hi, I'm Laurie Jacobson. Join me for some fantastic, healthful recipes on Cooking for Health, Saturdays on News Center 6 at 6. To help prevent the onset of heart disease and cancer, doctors are now advising us to reduce or eliminate our consumption of high-fat, cholesterol-rich foods. If you are having trouble giving up those rich and fatty foods you love, I have the perfect recipe for you to try today. It's tempeh salad. Tempeh salad is so similar in taste and texture to chicken salad that many people don't even know the difference. Tempeh is a soy product, and that means that it's high in protein, has no cholesterol, and is very easy to digest. And that makes it a great cholesterol-free substitute for many traditional recipes calling for meat. To prepare tempeh salad, first we cut the tempeh in cubes and then steam the tempeh in the steamer for about 10 or 15 minutes. After the tempeh is steamed, just take the back of a fork and mash the tempeh well, or you can throw it in a processor to mash it. Put it in a bowl and just proceed as though you're making your favorite chicken salad recipe. You're going to add some diced celery, some minced onion or scallion, some stone ground mustard, some natural pickle relish, some sea salt, and a natural soy-based mayonnaise called mayonnaise. It's also cholesterol-free. Just mix everything up in a bowl. Doesn't that look like chicken salad? And taste it and adjust the seasonings if necessary. You can serve tempeh salad on a whole grain bread or stuff a pita pocket with lettuce, tomato, or sprouts, or on a bed of lettuce with some crackers or fruit for a healthful appetizer. So try tempeh salad at home. It's a great cholesterol-free and tasty spread, and you can begin fighting the battle against heart disease and cancer naturally. This is Laurie Jacobson, Cooking for Health. Too many Americans today are suffering from high blood cholesterol levels. The most common form of treatment for this problem is prescription medication. However, research dietitians have found that beans can be powerful cholesterol fighters. Well, maybe a natural prescription for lowering blood cholesterol would be simply to eat more beans. And that's easy to do when you have a delicious bean recipe like the one I'm going to show you today. This is a pinto bean spread or dip. And it is so tasty and delicious, and it is such an easy recipe to whip up. If you start with dried beans, like I recommend, cook the beans off first. And then you start with the cooked beans, and you place that in the processor. And if you have a processor, this recipe is ready literally in minutes. And then you're going to add the juice of 2 lemons. And you're going to add sesame tahini. And tahini is a sesame butter. It also happens to be a very high source of calcium. And you're going to process that first. Then add a large handful of parsley and a large handful of scallions, and about half a teaspoon of sea salt, and process again. And what you have is a very tasty dip that can be served with raw vegetables or pita wedges. It also makes a great sandwich stuffer. I know you're going to like this recipe as much as I do, so try this pinto bean dip at home and get your fill of low-fat, high-fiber, cholesterol-fighting beans. This is Laurie Jacobson, Cooking for Health. Medical studies have linked the consumption of many types of vegetables to reduced cancer rates. In one study, people who ate the cruciferous vegetable cabbage at least once a week had only 1/3 the risk of developing colon cancer as people who ate cabbage only once a month. Cruciferous vegetables are very, very powerful cancer fighters, and they include broccoli, cauliflower, kale, collard greens, bok choy, rutabaga, turnips, and Brussels sprouts. So it's important to add these vegetables to your diet. Today, I have an absolutely delicious cabbage coleslaw recipe for you to try. It's full of cancer-fighting cabbage, and it has absolutely no added fat whatsoever. It's really delicious and very, very easy to make. What you do is first shred some green cabbage, some purple cabbage, and some carrots. Place it in a large bowl. Then add 2 types of vinegars. We'll add some apple cider vinegar and some brown rice vinegar. And then we want to add some unrefined sea salt to the bowl and mix the sea salt in very, very well. Now this is actually called a pressed vegetable salad, and we use pressure to extract the moisture from the vegetables, lightly pickling them and making them very easy to digest. So what you do is you place a plate on top of the vegetables and then put a weight on top of the plate, and a gallon water jug works very nicely for this. And what will happen is moisture will rise to the top of the bowl. After about an hour, remove the weight and remove the plate, and fluff up your salad. It'll be nice and moist. And to sweeten it up just a little bit, we're going to add some brown rice syrup. Mix the brown rice syrup in, and just before serving, we're going to add some toasted sesame seeds, which I think gives this salad a very nice crunch. Just mix it in and serve. It's a beautiful salad. It's a healthful salad full of cancer-fighting cabbages with no added fat. Try this one on your next picnic, potluck, or family gathering. This is Laurie Jacobson, Cooking for Health. Many Americans have become addicted to processed white sugar and its many chemicalized forms such as glucose, sucrose, brown sugar, and corn syrup. Medical studies have shown us that excess sugar consumption may lead to degenerative diseases such as obesity, heart disease, and especially blood sugar disorders like diabetes. But when you cook and bake using natural sweeteners, such as brown rice syrup, you are practicing preventive medicine. You're taking responsibility for your health, and that means reduced risk for health problems later in life. Well, today I have a recipe for all you sweets lovers and sugar addicts out there. It's banana walnut cake. This cake is so moist and so naturally sweet, I know you're all going to love it. And not only is this a sugar-free cake, it's also a cholesterol-free cake. That means there are no eggs and no milk in this recipe. And it couldn't be easier to make. I do recommend starting with very ripe bananas. I think that that brings the best flavor to a cake. So to make this recipe, first combine your dry ingredients in a bowl. They would be whole wheat pastry flour, ground cinnamon, some baking powder, and some sea salt, and roasted walnuts. Set that aside and combine your liquid ingredients in a food processor or blender. That would be some vanilla extract, your brown rice syrup, your natural sweetener, the canola oil, and of course your bananas, and blend that up well. Then add your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients to make the batter. And I have the batter right here. Mix well, but don't overmix. And then transfer the batter to a baking dish. And we'll smooth it out just a little bit. And then place in a preheated oven at 350 degrees, cook or bake for about 30 to 35 minutes or until the cake is firm and golden. Cool before slicing, and then serve up a healthful, sugar-free, cholesterol-free snack or dessert, and has no sugar at all. I'm sure you'll all love this recipe. So try this one at home, and you'll help diminish sweet cravings and stabilize blood sugar levels naturally. This is Laurie Jacobson, Cooking for Health.
And we are back, and welcome to the Jacobs and Jacobson segment of the Heritage Kitchen. It's nice to have with us this afternoon Laurie Jacobson from Somerset, and you will be recognizing her very, very shortly as the host of the cooking segment on the Saturday 6 o'clock news show. She will be hosting a segment which is entitled Cooking for Health. And call me a psychic, but I think you probably are a vegetarian or cook with
natural
healthy
foods
cooking.
Cook, right?
Yeah, and today we're going to be doing a really special recipe that fits right in with our maple theme as well.
That's right. We'll have a steamed vegetable salad. I've steamed a couple vegetables here already. We have some red cabbage and some carrot, a very pretty combination, and then we're going to add some broccoli. We'll steam the broccoli up, and it only needs to go about a minute, minute and a half. We don't want to overcook the broccoli. That's important, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then we're just going to mix that in with our other vegetables. And we've made a special dressing here. It's very simple. This recipe is really simple, so I encourage everybody to try this one at home. We have a combination of canola oil, which is an oil that's high in polyunsaturated fat, maple syrup, natural pure maple syrup, mustard, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and a pinch of sea salt, and that's really all that's in here. And once the broccoli is mixed in, we're just going to add a little bit of fresh minced parsley and pour the dressing over.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. And as you mentioned before, it's probably best served at room temperature.
Yeah, I recommend room temperature. I don't really like to serve this salad cold. Actually, it'll be even better if you let it sit maybe an hour if you have the time, just to blend all the flavors. It'll really make it very delicious.
Well, I like things like this even the day after.
Oh, the day after, it's great.
When it's marinated in the dressing, it's wonderful. This is a wonderful variety of fragrances right now. I mean, we can smell the cabbage and the broccoli and the pie baking in the oven is terrific, and the cranberries. Janet's back there stirring the cranberries. So there's a lot of things going on today. But tell us about this exciting new series that you're going to be doing.
Well, I'm really excited about it. My interest is showing people how to cook in a healthier fashion, and my specialty is natural foods, whole foods, natural foods. All the recipes will have no refined ingredients, no sugar, no refined flours. And it'll all be very low fat, no cholesterol at all, very low saturated fat. And they'll be very easy recipes, things that people can do at home, and they'll be tasty. And I think that's the most important thing. People want healthy food that tastes good.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
So that's what I want to do, is show people how it's very simple to do. There will be, some new things to learn, but we're never too old to learn new things, and this will make us feel really good.
It really does. We've cut fats down considerably in our house. We take in daily about anywhere from 20 to 25 grams of fat, and actually my husband is lower than that. And I mean, the change in the way that you feel and the energy that you have is incredible. And the weight loss, the opportunity for weight loss.
Oh, well, weight loss will happen if you switch to a diet high in natural foods. It just goes without saying.
It's really very different. You also have a cooking school in Somerset.
Right.
Borough?
Somerset County. I'm actually close to Stoystown. I'm really halfway between Johnstown and Somerset, and I run a natural foods cooking school where we teach people how to cook this way.
Oh, great.
And we have a lot of fun, and I serve a lot of food at the class.
And wonderful, delicious food too. Don't misunderstand what healthy cooking is all about.
Yeah.
Well, good. It was good having you with us. We'll be showing you that steamed vegetable salad coming along.
They're ready.
Those are about ready. So while you are getting that assembled, as I said to you before, get a pencil and paper handy, because when we come back after this break, we'll show you the address where you can write and get all these wonderful, delicious recipes. Stay with us. Oh,